Hello, it's Monday. It's Grumpy Monday. And I don't have a plan. But I have a kitty in my window, so I've made kitty cam bigger to compensate for it. What are we? Okay. Sorry, weird thing going on there. So, yeah, I don't have a plan. I have things that exist that I could work on, but no plan. Just gonna open some things. Yeah, you know what? Let's just ink this. Yes, quail is the traditional greeting of the TR chats. Team Quail. Yeah, so they're dancing rats. I like dancing rats. This is actually a fairly clean sketch already. Needs inking. I made it a whole illustration at the last minute for no real reason, because I got excited about the dancing rats and wanted to use all of them as visibly as possible. And what can we edit? What can we edit these days? What? Oh, there aren't any fun, cool edits now. That's just unfortunate. Oh well. No, that would no. I like how I didn't read what chat said. I was just like, no. Auntie Shepherd said, you could add vertical dancing rats to frame the whole thing. Compositionally, that would be a bad idea, because everyone in the illustration is looking and pointing off screen. And if they're fully contained, they no longer have anywhere to go. And the looking and pointing seems weird suddenly. Yeah, I'm disappointed there aren't any emote edits for July as well. Hello, Sario528. Hello, Unicorn Duke, and hello, Writer Phoebe. Welcome to chat. I have layers that I don't know what they're from. In this is many layers, so many layers. Let's just group them all, and call it sketch, and ignore the ones I turned off, and assume I'll never need to know. I know I did not type sketch. Oh, you can't see my bad layer names. Perfect. You can barely see my layers. Well, that's all for the best, really. Mystery layers. Sketch layers I turned off long ago. Sketch layers turned off many moons ago. I could, but Sarkis and Hala are kind of their own. Again, I told myself I was going to start trying to read what people are saying before I respond to it. You could make the canvas wider and add Sarkis and Hala and more dancing rest at the top and bottom. I could, but I kind of feel like they're their own contained, not their own contained story, but the way the drawing that I did of them is like their own contained little like interaction. What brush am I looking for? What brush am I gonna? I could use chisel. Oh, that didn't make a mark. There it goes. Okay. No, I don't like it. It's a 25. That has potential. Or I could use Mr. Natural. There's just something about Yep, which is something about Mr. Natural. They're looking at pointing, surely they're looking at pointing at something interesting, Figment's maid said, and I say it's the direction in which they are going. They have to be able to walk off screen in, like, a thing. You're probably looking for Mr. Natural, Chat said, as I was trying to branch out. I'm like, no, I'll use a different brush. I won't. I'll just go back to using Mr. Natural. This is warm up here because I am starting my art day fresh right now with no there. I'm just gonna draw this pupil like 12 times. I hope that's fine. Hope everyone is okay with that. Starting my art day with dancing rats. Auntie Shepherd is always amused that I have 800 brushes, and yet, to be fair, I do not always use Mr. Natural. I like the grain and sort of the natural texture it offers for most things, but for the typography, I didn't use Mr. Natural. I used the chisel brush and I think Parrot Clean. Arcraft says you could add a wagon, but see, then I'd unbalance the thing, because then there wouldn't be there would just be an empty wagon behind us, and it would be a lot of weird white space. Is this stream going to become a composition class? Is that what's happening? Yeah, also I'd get yelled at quite a lot about the yoke and harness. Being as Auntie Shepherd is an expert in the chat there. Yep, see? See, Auntie Shepherd knows. Auntie Shepherd knows it would lead to yelling. They know. They've realized. I understand when I have to brace for critique. This track does not feel MusicBot. I asked for ambient, and this feels a little bit too upbeat. You're almost. I'll let you finish that track, but you're on notice, ambient station. I want a nice calm Monday. Yes, like that. Thank you, MusicBot. Dancing rats. Just zoom out here. See what I've. That's fine. It's fine. I need a picture of rat feet. Do I have a picture of rat feet just around? I wonder. It's possible. Nope. I have a picture of ferret feet. Not the same. Yeah, MusicBot paid attention for once. Let's just gonna gonna Google rat hands and bell. Yep, there we go. That's definitely feet. Hands and feet. Good. MusicBot is always plotting. We just accept that about MusicBot. It's just how it is. It is very warm in here today, and my laptop is sad. So, if there's a fan sound in the background, that's what it is. Okay, and they've got little rat thumbs. Good. Yes, and MusicBot will sometimes just quit. Interestingly, one of the quirks of the app is that every time I close it, it tells me it's quit unexpectedly. Just every single time I close it. Doesn't matter how I close it. Doesn't matter if I hit Command Q or go into the actual drop-down menu and choose quit, or like quit from a pop-up thing at the bottom. Nope. No matter how I close it, MusicBot says that it has quit unexpectedly. It's always surprised. Somehow. Oh, good. What's the first thing you want to do on Monday? Smooth curves by hand? Sure, that'll be fun. Yeah, I don't... It's shocked every single time. And then after a while, it just refuses to open, and I have to delete it completely from my computer, including finding all of its like library files, and then reinstall it. And then reconnect it to Twitch. Because it's gotten mad that I keep closing it. Auntie Shepherd says I could start inking Prettyfoot the Ox, but the thing is, I didn't do as good a sketch for the Ox. I put a lot of careful effort into, for example, some of the dancing rats. Although the dancing rats do get a little bit less carefully rendered as I went along, and became more shorthand suggestions. But you can sort of see the difference. Like, Zale and many of the rats are pretty carefully rendered in details, and then I just kind of sketched an ox with a totally different color pen and a different line weight and faster lines. It's just a looser sketch. For some reason. Yeah, Auntie Shepherd, I was kind of sort of, it's not technically a pastiche of Illumination, like manuscript Illumination. but I was kind of aiming for that vibe a little bit with like the dancing rat border and the decorative elements. Like a combination medieval illumination and everyone's favorite Russian illustrator. Let's just find ourselves an image. I have a folder. But how far back in time is that folder? Surely not that far back in time. Where are you, Bilibin? There you are, Bilibin. Everyone's favorite Russian illustrator. Yay! With the borders and the flat colors and the decorative details, like say a dancing rat hem. So that was kind of my thought process. Okay, if you're upside down and your thumb is here. Okay. Ah, yes, Shep. Now we're making sure that nicknames are okay in chat, which is fair because I think that as I read this out, I have a tendency to switch between Auntie Shepherd, the actual username, and Shep, the name that I call Auntie Shepherd all of the time outside of usernames. A name that I just started using. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission? I don't know. I give people nicknames in my head based on usernames because whole usernames are too much. Oh, music bot. Oh no, kitty Cam. He just woke up really hungry. He's just made a real solid dash for the food bowl. I assume he'll be back. So we'll leave kitty Cam on just in case. Yeah, I try and read whole usernames so that everyone in chat knows what's going on, but after a while I will start to shorten people's usernames. And cut off bits, especially numbers or articles, like if your name starts with D. Because, you know, usernames are weird things. Usernames are interesting because they're like a chosen name, but not as momentous somehow. But they're a name that you've sort of chosen to go by. Those 2 feet are not the same size. Do I care? Yeah, I do. I care. Darn. I was kind of hoping I didn't care. I was kind of hoping I could deal. Is that okay? Sure. We'll say that's good for now. Save. So yeah, in case you're all wondering what you are in my head, I'm your Sario, Shep, Figments, and Nature. And Arcraft. Sorry, Arcraft, you just don't have enough name to drop any part of it. So, my brain didn't need to shorten it. Yeah, that's the other interesting thing about usernames. Back in the olden times of the internet, like 20 years ago, as a cool child, I used the username Fire spelled with a Y just like everywhere, just because that was fantasy cool. And it turns out that's not a useful username to be called in person. It's not helpful. See there, Kitty's back. You can't yell fire across a crowded room the way you can type it in all caps on the internet. Snack complete. Kitty nap can resume. Anyway, at a certain point, I just decided I was going to use my name as my online username. Partly for marketing, because, you know, as an artist, I pretty much need a single identity on the internet. Oh, RIK, Rick, I like it. I kind of like it. It makes Arcraft, it makes you sound like a cool android. Like that actually stands for some kind of highly technical thing, but you just go by Rick. Everyone's now in chat affirming that the bits of their usernames I've chosen mentally to refer to them to are okay, which is good. I'm glad no one's upset at the pieces of username I've chosen for them. It's largely a thing I don't consciously choose. It's just the part of a username that sticks in my brain. Unless, fun fact you are, they might be scientists, whose nickname has nothing to do with any of their usernames. I call them Doc in my head. No reason. It's just what's happened. Curves are fun to watch being drawn. They're less fun to actually draw. That's not fair. They can be relaxing to draw. Just involves a lot of contorting my wrist. Oh hey, remember this one? This one's got its own little sculpture now. Nope, again. Oh god, yeah, Auntie Shepherd says they're gaining a new appreciation for their tattoo guy being able to ink a smooth curve in one shot. I think it's true. Arcraft, the Twitter name to start with. Sorry, that was two separate thoughts that I've just cut into half because my brain is not working fully properly today. Tattooing, to me, sounds unbelievably nerve-wracking and difficult. like inking with no erase, no undo under the worst possible circumstances. People who choose to be tattoo artists are brave and flirting with danger at all times. And yes, They Might Be Scientists does have a username that has Doc in it. Which I assume is what happened. I mean, they also have a PhD, so technically. It's just true. No, I would never want the stress of having to draw on a permanently on a person. That sounds horrifying. Just absolutely, unbelievably stressful. And MusicBot is in denial. Well, I mean, what can you do? But yeah, a good smooth curve is a trick. See? Screwed it up already. It requires not just a steady hand, but also a good idea of where the line is going. Having already made good choices in the past. See, and even then, like, I'm not quite happy with it. I want to touch up the thickness there. MusicBot secretly wants to be a tattoo artist. Oh, let's see. What was I thinking with this? What was my... Was I going for like a... Or more of a... I think the first one. Oh no, MusicBot. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you definitely sketch the tattoo first. You don't freehand. You don't freehand a permanent drawing on someone. That's just madness. I say, not being a tattoo artist. Maybe someone does. I would consider it madness. Poor MusicBot. Tiramas, hello. Tiramas said, skin to wedding photography, and I don't know what that means. But now I'm curious. And I'm always up for hearing someone complain about having to photograph weddings. Rumor has it that's terrible. Ooh, doubling comments in chat. Weird. mean, I think all of their dancing rats, they're all having a great time, really. Tiermas is confirming that wedding photography is awful. Yeah, see, just at least a sketch. I mean, I know what these are supposed to look like. I know what I meant. But, it takes an awful lot of trust for you to believe your tattoo artist knows what they meant. And that it will be exactly what you need in the right place. Just how you wanted. On the other hand, there's nothing more enjoyable than having a client of any art form be like, yeah, do what you want. Make it good. I think you'll know what the best idea is. That's always nice. Oh yeah, TRMS is now listing all of the reasons that wedding photography is awful. Once in a lifetime event, potentially hypercritical or quote helpful end quote clients, potential for equipment failure. There's wedding photographer insurance. Oh goodness. Nope. Wedding photographer. Ah, yes, and Shep is saying that by the time they had sketched in tattoos, they've been getting tattoos from the same person for 3 years, which is, yeah. And there's two sides to that equation too. It's a matter of the artist knowing the client, knowing the kind of thing that you want to fill in those spaces, knowing the kind of thing that you'll enjoy, and being able to execute it. Meanwhile, wedding photography. Oh no, and like family members who ruin things, who make like weird demands. Oh man, no. I didn't even really like live action film because I had to direct people. Oh, I forgot about you, silly Russian dancing rat. You were a good choice. Only in university, Figment's Made asks, I've directed people for film. Only in college, many moons ago. It was a required part of the major. We had to take a certain number of film studies-y stuff to go along with the animation for some reason. Frankly, you had to do more of that than you had to do like drawing classes, which I thought was a little bit odd. In hindsight, though, I really needed to know all that stuff about film. at least composition and editing. Still don't like directing people. I've directed voice stuff since, but not anything impressive. And I still don't like it. Weirdly, I enjoy art directing people. It's just performances that I don't really like having to wrangle. And to be fair, Baby Me was pretty annoyed about it in college. But, you know, layout, composition, and editing are important. It's how I learned how to edit, and how I learned how to do audio. That was incorrect in every possible way. But yeah, I don't even really like the logistics of trying to figure out how to do live action film. I've storyboarded for it, that's fine, because it's not my problem that they have to set up those shots later. It's fun to choose shot sequences that are someone else's problem. Almost got ourselves a whole row of rats here. Oh, I made your head tiny for some reason. We'll have to fix that. Let's see what we'll do. No, not all of it. Not all of it. Just this. There we go. Like there. I just glanced back to see music, The Life of a Flower and Sumerian Cabin. Let's see what MusicBot is doing in here. Anyway, the moral of that story is that I prefer to sit here and draw and have complete control over whatever any of the characters are doing because I'm drawing them. It's just easier. I mean, in fairness, the whiskers are all sort of hilarious graphic suggestions. And he doesn't even have any for some reason. Let's... Poor guy. There we go. Move those wishers. which is a comment about a typo in chat, a thing that no one in the future will understand. Because even if I read the message, it won't help. It's a joke that only works in text. What was I anticipating those hands doing? What did I... You know what? I know what they're doing now. What did past Sarah think was going on there? I mean, is there a right place for hilarious graphic suggestions? Is there, or I should say, is there a wrong place for hilarious graphic suggestions? Although I guess in this case you would say, yes, I just told you so. Fair enough. Ah, see, Sario agrees with me. No, there is no wrong place for hilarious graphic suggestions. See, it's fine. Oops, that was not the brush tool, that was the eraser tool. I should not be surprised that it did not draw a line for me. It's never meant to. Oh look, I just didn't draw this tail. Just left that as a problem for my future self. Past Sarah just figured future inking Sarah would know what to do. There. Auntie Shepherd says, I am more of an artistic realist and feel whiskers should go in the correct place for whiskers, and to that I say, nah. I will quote a friend of mine who used to say this when people would correct her. Yes, past Sarah's future Sarah's problem. She would say, if you understood what I meant well enough to correct me, then there's no need to correct me. If you know they're whiskers, then that's the only thing they need to communicate. They've succeeded. They've done everything they've been asked to do. Don't like this bit. I don't like how I did your nose. To be fair, when sketching past Sarah has a lot of faith, a lot of unearned faith in future Sarah. I'll be like, I understand what this line means, and will definitely understand what this line means in 3 or 4 days to a week when I'm still working on this. When I come back to this and look at it and go, huh, wonder why I put that line there. I wonder which of these lines was meant to be the line. Meanwhile, over there is past Sarah going, I mean, I'll definitely remember what this is for. I don't need to plan this now. On major animation projects, I have a tendency to try and do the hard bits first, so that they're out of the way, so that they're never the panicked crunch point at the end of a project. But sometimes, at the very beginning of a project, for whatever reason, I don't feel up to it, and I'll skip them and leave them for my future self to deal with. Which means that at some point, I'm just going to be mad at myself for making poor choices earlier in the timeline. But I do it anyway. Should probably be nicer to my future self. I've started doing a thing where I act as if my future self is a friend I'm trying to be nice to. Where instead of shaming myself for not doing things, I tell myself I'm doing favors to my future self. Oh, future Sarah will be so glad that you did the dishes tonight instead of tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, as I go back and forth, sometimes I want to get the hard parts over with, and sometimes I want to build up. With my own projects, I often build up to the hard stuff, which is a thing. But deadlines are quite the thing. And I have learned from hard past experience that you'd never want to be doing the hard bits of a project at 4 a.m. the deadline day. You never want to be in a position of, I can't go to bed until I finish this. Oh look, I've left myself the hardest shots. That's always a recipe for disaster. But see, that's it. Saria, you say future Saria is going to be pissed tomorrow the dishes and get done tonight. But instead, when you don't think about how mad your future self is going to be. Think about when you do something nice, how relieved your future self is going to be. Instead of using your future self's anger as shame, use your future self's joy as a reason to be kind to them. That way, when you don't do the dishes, you can be like, well, future Saria will forgive me. I'm usually really, really nice to them. Anyway, it works for me. Makes me much less angry at my past self. And much less disappointed in my current self. Wow, Music Bot. It's not the time. It's not the time, Music Bot. I wanna go on a whole tangent now about Music Bot's sense of time and how it's always trapped in a single moment. How this conversation is making it wonder. This is all there is. I don't... Flash science fiction about the music app. See, this is one of those moments when I like the sketch better, so I'm gonna look at it and try and figure out why. See, there, Sario says future Sario is actually pretty understanding of past Sario. Things are hard. Yeah, I feel that. Two things I have learned based on sheltering in place. The first is that I ate a lot of ready-made meals before, and the second is that my coping mechanism was leaving the house. And, well, we've had to learn some new systems and do a lot more dishes than were once required. Oh, good. Depression and spiraling. This is not ideal, Music Bot. This is... I think you need to talk to someone about these feelings. Have some concerns, Music Bot. Oh no, Twitch commercial, why? I might have the ability to turn off commercials. Supposedly, commercials will eventually give me money. I have my doubts. It would matter less if I felt like it at least used the label of the stream topic to pick, but Twitch, I don't think my viewers are gonna be into your like very loud, angry League of Legends advertisement. It's the wrong group. Figment's made says, I suspect past Music Bot must have done something to present Music Bot. It's possible. All right, if you're holding a tail and you're there and it's like over your, okay, yeah, good. Like if you were a rat holding your own tail. Wait, oh, no, that's backwards. Sketch Sarah was correct. Sketch Sarah was correct after all. Oh no, the commercial didn't balance with my audio. That's not ideal either. Does anybody else have that problem where the commercials are especially loud and my audio is especially low? Like, am I balancing my audio too low? Doesn't feel like it, given the little flashy lines on my thing. That was very technical for everyone. You know, the gauge that shows huh. Well, did I turn it down at some point? I might have turned it down at some point. Huh. Well. Everyone, I'm slowly turning it up. I'm talking quietly so it doesn't hurt anything. I've turned MusicBot up, I've turned myself up. Maybe that's better? It's quite hard to tell through OBS what my actual levels are. And I just try not to go too far into the yellow bit of the mic. But that's about all I got. Is this a little bit better? Getting a little bit louder. Okay, I will make a note of these settings and leave them for the future. MusicBot is intentionally quite low. I don't want MusicBot to compete with me. Haha, selfish of me, I know, but it is my stream. But I do want the volume levels to be decent. And also, so like if you get a surprise commercial, it doesn't damage your hearing. That's bad. That's not ideal at all. I should at least be close enough to the volume of like the automated commercials that it doesn't cause damage. Oh, you know what happened? I wonder if I turned it down for something else. I don't know. Anyway, I've turned it back up. Ideally now, the audio should be... That's a very small foot. Too small. So good. Thanks for mentioning it. I occasionally try and like turn the stream on with audio to check, or at least I used to, I should say. Ever since the realization that that having my own stream open broke my streaming, and that the problem with my Wacom tablet turned out to be Google Chrome, I've stopped checking my own audio at the beginning with my own stream. So I suspect I should go back to doing that a little bit. Doing some tests. So I don't end up with very strange audio settings again. Glad we fixed that. I hope that your hearing will be okay. Sorry, hope that the Twitch commercial has not done damage. See, now I'm just starting to think that MusicBot is telling a story about itself. It's a depressed, spiraling, starborn machine. Oh dear. Something that rock concerts haven't already done, says Saria. I mean... But no one's going to accuse this this vibe of being a rock concert vibe. We're going for quiet here on Sarah with T's art streams. Figment's made if derelict spaceship is next. It will explain why the Starborn machine is spiraling and depressed. It's been left alone in space. What did we do before we had MusicBot to invent stories for? What did we do before we had that to talk about? Oh no, Arcraft says it's not just you though. A bit ago I was listening to Bob Ross gently talking about happy little trees, then the next second, boom, action movie on Amazon Prime. Exclamation point, exclamation point, one exclamation point, exclamation point. Yeah, I think it's possibly that they expect streamers in general to be a little bit more loud and high energy, is how we'll say it. Bob Ross and I, we're all about the happy little trees and less about the shouting and shooting people in video games. In fact, the only video game I've played on here, two. I've played Stardew Valley and I've played Subnautica, both of which involved very little yelling. And mostly building nice houses and naming our animal friends. As is predictable. Yes, happy little rats. Just drawing some happy little rats. Use your imagination. You can put your happy little rats in whatever dance pose you want. There's no rules. Just make the little rats that you want. Use your imagination. And that's my impression of Bob Ross. I mean, I say it's my impression of Bob Ross. Secretly, this entire stream is just my impression of Bob Ross. My whole streaming ethos is Bob Ross impression. What if Bob Ross but birds with swords? The mission statement of Friday Tea Time. What if Bob Ross needed to draw a quail paladin? Tiramas says, I guess I'm an antagonistic sort. I yell at Animal Crossing. I just don't like loud noises. It's part of the problem. I will curse at at some games, but often only when I feel the game has failed me in a programmatic way. When I feel the game has failed, and it was not my fault. And even then, mostly I'm just like a disappointed parent. Not mad, I'm just disappointed. Oh, our craft, you never seen Bob Ross? You've only just found Bob Ross because of Twitch? It's beautiful. Everyone needs Bob Ross in their lives. If you watch Bob Ross episodes long enough, you'll reach one where he'll just cut in a video of him nursing rescued baby squirrels, which is just the best thing. Just there's Bob Ross painting a nice painting, and then he's like, I thought I'd show you the squirrels I'm and then it's just baby squirrels with like a drop. Yeah, it's apparently Bob Ross was a wildlife rescuer who worked with abandoned baby squirrels. If you needed Bob Ross to be somehow better than he was previously for you, watch until you find an episode with baby squirrel video. Figment's Made, I also watched Bob Ross. When I was a kid, Bob Ross made me want to paint. Yeah, I mean he's a public television in the U.S. thing. I suppose it's certainly fair to assume that he's not a phenomenon in Germany, or in the rest of the EU. But there's a Bob Ross Twitch channel, and it's beautiful. So now everyone can have a little Bob Ross in their lives. I like how one rat gets a costume. Just one. Just this one rat has a costume. The rest, no. Alright, let's see. Clean a smaller brush here. I'd never, when I was a kid, I'd never seen the episodes of Baby Animals, so I was just watching a rerun at random as an adult at the Cut to Baby Squirrels, and I was startled and wondered why no one had told me that this was a thing. This whole time, no one thought to inform me that Bob Ross raised baby squirrels. And it's the sort of thing I wanted to know. I think they're separate episodes. The bird and the baby squirrels. I think the baby squirrels were on like one of the forest sort of cabiny trees paintings episodes. Although it might have been one of the ocean episodes. I don't know for sure. I feel like I've said it before on this stream, but one of the sort of amazing and sort of truly great things about Bob Ross's approach in general is that one of the main focuses of all of the sort of lessons and all the paintings was to make you feel okay about whatever you chose to do, whatever choices you made when you were making the painting, wherever you put trees, however your painting turned out. Emphasis made on sort of the joy of the act of painting rather than desperate concern for the outcome of the painting. And that's really hard to teach. It's very difficult to get past. At least I remember having issues sort of getting past the desire to create the right and perfect thing every time, so that I could learn to practice, learn to loosen up, learn to make various pieces of art that served a purpose that wasn't necessarily to be a perfect finished piece of art. And all of Bob Ross's little comments about, do what you want, just wherever you want the tree, all those sort of like wherever the tree goes, whatever you want to do, however it turns out is fine. Those are all just sort of reinforcing that idea of sort of letting go of your expectations of perfection and just making the art. Oh no, a hand. This is definitely a drawing of my hand. I can tell. Definitely a time when I held my hand up to the side and drew it. I feel like parts of this are deeply incorrect. Yep, that's there. That was the problem. Am I gonna? Aha. Oh, music bot. Music bot is on interlude now. Ah, hands. Hands are hard to draw. It's just an accepted fact. And in a lot of ways, hands are hard to draw because, second only to faces, they're the most communicative part of a person. We look at hands a lot. We sort of communicate with our hands. So a strange looking hand is very uncanny valley. Yes, hands are also very individual, points out Auntie Shepherd. Hands are often described in novels. There's a reason that many logos and things that don't want to have a character show hands, because they're sort of deeply and intrinsically human. Oh, music bot. Now it's giving kill your darlings. It's giving cliched writing advice. Well, technically kill your darlings is kind of more editing advice. Really. Anyway, there's a rant about hands for you. And why they are hard to draw and why they matter. Oh, I really want a fingernail, but that's there. That'll do. Oops. That was the wrong button that I pushed. Can we? No? Okay. Apparently it was more than one wrong button that I pushed. It's fine. I don't know what I was thinking about how I was going to resolve these clasps. But this is how I'm resolving them now. Ah yes, and our little stacked container, the name of which we looked up and I've since forgotten again. might be in row. Tiramus says that they ordered a half dozen Judith Tars books today. I am not familiar with Judith Tars. So please, if you are of a mind, share in the chat your motivation for ordering so many of them. Or now MusicBot is titling things in a way that it thinks is edgy. I can see we're just gonna have to zoom out and see this whole thing here to do it properly. Yeah. We'll get there. There we go. Oh no. Terramas is without fiction paperbacks. That is unfortunate. Here, I think the library has opened back up-ish. At least you can reserve a book and then go pick it up. So, that's awesome. I love when Twitter introduces me to an author or reminds me how much I like one. On the other hand, it is sometimes a little bit uncomfortable if Twitter has introduced me to an author, like, personally, and then I don't like their books. There's always that risk. Like, no, this isn't for me. But now they're a real person, and I feel bad about it. Faye and the Crusades is the, Okay. Sounds cool. Well, why hasn't anyone told me about this before? You're supposed to talk all the time about the books that you like, so I know what to read next. Otherwise, I'll just have to read Murderbot over and over and over again. sitting here trying to figure out how to communicate that these are embroidered. And deciding that for now, that does not matter. Our craft is there are worse fates. That's true. It's what I do when I need something reassuring. Just reread Murderbot. Oh good, now I'm getting a whole primer of Judith Tarr books in the chat. I just have to somehow remember it for later. Which is quite a task, given that my brain is already doing 2 other things. So here's hoping. I may have to watch this back later. Just to find out book titles. Which would be fine. Oh, good. Yeah, Shep just reminded me later. Perfect. Yeah, I need a new book to read pretty soon. I think I have 2 that I have not yet read from various authors that I follow. And then I'll be back to Murderbot. Or maybe I'll just reread This Is How You Use the Time War again. That would be nice. I could read that a few times. Yeah, the thing is I've switched mostly to digital books. For storage purposes. I feel a little bad about it. I like books as objects. But I also have 2 bookshelves full of them. And so I mostly get fiction digitally because the sort of referencey, researchy, photo-filled books and picture books I can't get digitally. So they get the bookshelf space priority. I guess Artcraft would like to know, do you know a good title to start off with from the top of your head? That is a good question. Yes, I don't I don't have. Tirma says my goal is to have an entire room where my books live. I have an entire room where my art studio lives, and that's the room I got for for a devoted cause. It's the best I got. Gotta keep my priorities clear. Reading Judith Tarr, Shep says start with Alamut. A-L-A-M-U-T. Yes, I did just spell it out loud for myself in the hopes that it would help me remember it later. I have no idea if it will work. But it did make me look at it for longer. More dancing rats. Tiny dancing rats. I think that we'll probably wrap up pretty soon. I'm not gonna get the whole thing inked in our little Monday stream, but we'll make progress. It's true, I have not inked the ox. That is a fact. And yet, it is 6:46. And unlike Friday, I cannot carry on streaming hilariously late. Well, that's just no. Just no. That's better. But less like a weird pincer. It's can't stop streaming later. Well, go back to sleep then. Nope. I'm being informed that they do not have to give over the internet. However, I do have to do my job. Well, rat feet. Yeah. Nope. Weird. Maybe better? We'll say it's better. Do some feet. Gotta do the other hand. Oh no, I forgot there's a whole other hand. What was, oh, because I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking of like Pants and then I don't know, slippers? I don't know what yep, slippers. We'll go with like ballet flats kinda. Medieval ballet flats. It's always interesting when you look at a sketch and you're like, I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that choice meant. Probably it meant, I don't want to have to think about this until later. It's almost always what that choice means. I've chosen for this not to be my problem at the current moment. Fully aware, this means that at some point in the future, it will still be my problem. That is a weird pinky. That's slightly better. There we go. Oh no. Music bot. Game over. Oh no, music bot. Tell you what Past Me did not do is make this scroll very round. Apparently Past Me was like, yeah, someone sat on this scroll and squished it. But that doesn't seem like something that Zale would allow to happen, so I'm just gonna fix that. You know, for the sake of Zale's reputation. I have just saved, so worry not. It's a little rat seal on a ribbon. Apparently Past Me thought there might be cuffs. Is Present Me? Yeah. Present Me agrees. Okay, we got Zale, we got dancing rats. We got like 7 minutes. Oh, and a really good angle on the cat cam there. Just looked up and noticed that. Look at all of your little feet. Silly Jack. Alright. 7 minutes, I'm out of tea. But I guess I will start the ox. Because someone will be very sad if I don't. Did I save ox reference images? No, of course not. Why would I do that? Oh yeah, no, never mind, there it is. Haha. It did save my ox reference image. probably the correct line weight. Now let's see. Is there the other? Nope. I did not save the other one. Just the one. It's alright, I can find it. Maybe. I mean, surely I downloaded those and put them somewhere. Oh well. No, Twitter doesn't want to look back into the past. Fine. I will wing it. I will fully wing it. Oh no, I hit chat instead of Google. There we go. I will wing it and assume that past me made good choices. Which may or may not be true. But we can hope. We can. Are those little? Yeah, little. That line feels wrong. I'm gonna ignore it. And there maybe? I don't know. The feet have to be pretty, after all. Don't you know? That's a reputation to maintain. Nope, I'm just failing at this leg. Ah, Warcraft. So true. I mean, or now that I've started drawing an ox, Shep will fall asleep. Equally possible. I am. How am I feeling? I am feeling like this leg is. Needs to be down here. That's how I'm feeling. Yep. But look, I can say I did the thing. For like another minute. That angle feels a little bit like it should be like here. A little bit too steep. It's more, yes. More like that. Oh. Past there did not work out how this foot was supposed to look. And mostly guessed. Nope, nope. Don't know what happened there. But stop it. Back to the layer I wish to be on. Eh. I don't know what's going on there. It's a reflection of my poor sketch choices. That's what's going on there, in reality. There we go. That's sort of more like it. It's fine. We will make do. As long as no one says no. I have all the power. Be corrected later. Okay, that kinda works. Yes, I was giving a whole talk about being kind to our past and future selves, wasn't I? In fairness to my past self, I was being super indulgent by including including an ox at the last minute anyway. You know, as you do. That's most of an ox. I really need better reference for the face though. Let's see if I can. Nope. Why would I do that? Did I just open it on the internet and not save it to my desktop? Probably so. But look at that really good cat cam. Look at all those little cat feet. Right. Why? Why did I not? Why did I not save images of oxen? Well, it's fine. They're here somewhere. And eventually I will get to them. What if I look for them on the internet again? What if I look for them on the internet again and tell you about it while I do? Well, there is at least an image of an ox. That will be sufficient for the moment. Just frame me. Oh no. Should wake up. Why are you reaching for my mouse like that? Oh, I ruined the kitty content. Oh no, and he's gonna go look in his little food bowl, and there's no food in there because he just ate it. It's all gone. Then what? Okay, I need to do a quick sketch layer here because I didn't really work out. The shape of ox faces here. Yeah, kind of like that. Oh, honey, there's no cat food bowl up there either. There's just the one cat food bowl and it's empty. Poor kitty. This life is so hard. Oh, this has made me realize that I did the horns facing the wrong direction, so that's helpful. It's more like this. Don't worry, kitty. Oh, there it went. It's time. It's time, friends. The music robot has stopped. You know what that means. Well, nothing, but... But it's also 7:09. Cat's left. Cat's left. The music bot has crashed. I've opened music bot back up though. Feeling like you just there we go. I feel like I made the head a little bit small. Starting out strong with a topical title. So, you know, it's getting there. Good. Okay. I'll tell you what we will do. So we will quickly ink this last bit of ox. Make sure ox has a face. Because, you know, that seems fair. We'll do it while MusicBot works out its feelings about crashing. And, you know, then we'll wrap up for the day. Having accomplished a fair amount of the inking of this image. Yeah, we don't want faceless oxen running around. Exactly. We want to make sure that we don't leave the poor oxen only part finished. Importantly, we've got to do the eyelashes. They have great eyelashes. And jaw there, and bit too wobbly there with the details. Let's and actually need to move this a little bit. There we go. And an oxen. Thing left is the knoll. And then we'll have finished this image. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do the knoll right now because it's 7:14 and I'm hungry and I got work to do for a deadline tomorrow. So this is where we're gonna leave off. This is as far as we're gonna get. I mean, it's pretty good. Got dancing rats, Zale, and an oxen. And then when we have a null and then a little borderline, in fact, we could even, just for fun. Nope. No, whatever it is that you're doing, Photoshop, just behave. Why? Why you like that? Just, I want to move this one layer. I've got to find whatever setting this is that is making that happen. I'm so not okay about it. Anyway, put a little border on there. So, yeah, pretty solid progress. I think I'm going to fiddle with this a little bit. What layer is that on? This layer. Just because I want to make sure that in the future it's not creating an awkward tangent with the null. There we go. Good. So lots of excellent dancing rats. Give you the toolbar-less view here. Oh no, just the sad empty cat bed. Okay, hold on. It's just, there we go. And dancing rats. Ox, Knoll, Zale. It's nearly there. We might just carry on next Monday. We might carry on, do some colors or something with this next time. Always having fun with dancing rats. Dancing rats might need like a, oops, to be in a box instead of just 2 lines, but we'll see. There's time. There's time to consider. And that's my Monday. Just starting, really. Hope everybody had fun and enjoyed some nice quiet inking of this excellent Zale illustration. I will see you on Friday for Friday tea time. You're on Twitter all week. Everybody have a good week in the meantime. Don't forget that when I'm not here, you can go watch Bob Ross, and eventually you'll get to see baby squirrels. Have a good night, everybody. Stay safe. Be kind. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.